Hey guys, I thought I'd make this video because I had so much footage when I filmed Red Bull. I had an hour and 20 minutes worth of footage because I had like 30 attempts for every run. So I thought I'd show you guys a little behind the scenes so you'd see all the effort that went into making it. And it's also for me so that I can remember all the effort I put into it, because this is by far my best parkour content yet. So first up, we got the elevator Kong front and 3/4 run, which was actually filmed right here. So I had actually never tried it before in the gym or outside, so I thought I'd put some mats first to be safe. Then when I was ready, I removed the mats and tried it in the run. No. So I got the full run, I was happy, but just to be safe, I made sure to get a second one. Then over here on the tire, I thought the run was too repetitive to the Kong gainer run, so I had to change it.
That's the one.
We got two good ones.
That's two good ones.
We got two good ones. After that run, I still had energy, so I did a Kong gainer off of this, and then I comboed it with the dub. That went really well, so I added a tire here to extend the run. I got it, but I didn't like the angle shooting from that side, so I had to redo it and shoot from the other side instead.
Oh! Oh!
No!
No way that just happened.
Then with all those attempts, I ran out of energy, so I had to try again another day. When I was filming, there was actually dirt here, so when I was landing the Kong gainer, I would kick up dirt into my eyes, so that made it really hard to combo it with the double twist after. So I got it. I didn't like the extra step that I put here before grabbing this, but I had to move on and film some other stuff. So now it's time for the hardest trick by far in my entire submission, and that's a double wall flip. Basically, I run up the wall, do 2 backflips in the air before I land. So I hadn't done it at all, not a single time since 2017 when I landed it outside. Yes! 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 And even then, I think I did it 3 or 4 times, and as soon as I landed it, I didn't try it again. So I had to get prepared. I went to the gym to try and land it with mats first.
Yeah. Oh my god. Let's go.
A couple days later, I went to try it at a park. I wanted to. What the? What? First try. What? Yeah. As you can see, I got it on the first try and I was so shocked. Then I tried to do it in a run, but the problem is I was concentrating so much on the tricks after that I wasn't focusing on landing the double wall flip, the harder one. So I had troubles landing it as clean as I did on the first attempt. And then, since it's a park, a lot of kids showed up and got in the way. But I can't be mad, it's their playground after all. I just put on my earphones to drown out the screaming. So I got the run. I wanted to get it with a better landing on the double wall flip, but I had no more energy because I had been training for hours. I say that, but I'm pretty sure I came back in my backyard after to try more attempts to the Kong Gator run or the elevator Kong front and 3/4 run in my backyard. Then we went to university campus and I had a crazy idea of doing an aerial twist and then landing into a double backflip off a ledge after. So to prepare, I just did the double backflip alone. Then I tested a couple of aerial twists where I land close to the edge, which is extremely scary because if I go too far, I fall off the ledge, and if I'm not far enough, then I have to reach really far to double backflip over the gap. Then it started to rain, but somehow I still went for it, and even though I had never tried it before inside the gym or outside ever. So we had to stop training because it started to rain, so I came back a few days later to try and build a run with it. I realized it was way too hard to do that at the end of a run because it takes so much energy. So instead, I replaced the aerial twist with a round off, which gives me a little more momentum instead of taking it. So I wasn't able to fully land it without hands because I was landing on a hill, and every time I tried to land, I put my hands down, but the hill would push me backwards onto my butt. But this is the best attempt I got. Then I started to build a second run at the same spot, and I wanted to do a side pre onto a rail in it. So then I put a picnic table beside so I could side flip off the picnic table onto the rail. Okay, but since the picnic table was a foot lower than the rail, I wasn't able to get the height. I didn't fully commit, which was my fault, so I ended up scraping myself. Okay. This is what happened when I tried a side flip pre to a bar. Can you see how purple it is? Yeah, it's a little, that was like what, 3 days ago? Instead, I ended up building a run based out of float instead, which ended with a double cork.
So good.
So I finally did it, and it looked like this. So So I got this really nice attempt, but my hand slightly grazed the grass, which I didn't know if the judges were gonna count as a hand tap. So I kept trying, but it was so hot that day that I couldn't concentrate anymore. And during the roll on concrete, I kept rolling over my back dimple bones here. And they were getting super bruised and swollen.
Oh. Nick, you're done. You're done.
Shout out to Brendan for being the voice of reason and telling me to stop. So then I knew I needed some runs on hard ground, so I went to a rooftop that I knew had some good obstacles. So I thought of a run with an aerial twist and then a down monkey after, but that was extremely hard to do without cheating, because what happens is I do a front flip with a half twist, then my back is facing the wall. I have no idea how close I am. I could be this close or I could be too far, but I have to do a flip and put my hands on the wall. Most people, what they do for that trick is they actually cheat by looking over the shoulder so they see the wall. So they go like this to see where the wall is. And that makes it even worse with the first flip before, which has a twist, which just makes me want to cheat even more. Dang, how did that like...
Oh, you lost your watch.
So I got this attempt, which was good, but it wasn't long enough, so I had to extend it. Then I got these two attempts, but they weren't smooth enough. That was just my warm-up run. Now I had to move on to the harder run, which had a double side flip. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared of this one because I had only done double side flips on hard ground 2 other times before, and both times were at the same spot. So basically, it was the first time doing it at a new spot on hard ground. Okay, I just opened early.
Yeah, you're good. Let's go.
Oh no. So I got it, but I wanted to make it even better, and I got this attempt with a corkscrew in it, which I didn't like as much. So I wanted to stick the double side flip no hands because I had a slight hand tap on the ground like this. But every time I did, I had too much momentum forward, so I couldn't continue the run this way. So I would land the side flip, boom, momentum that way, but the run was this way. So I had to hand plant so I could continue. Start to rain, so we'll finish inside. So I built a run around a wall dub on concrete, but I had only done one wall dub on hard ground before. And since this ground was much harder, I had to practice it before doing it in the run. Oh, it's so good. Okay.
Good save.
So now it's time to do it in the run, and I was trying to do an elevator Kong front after.
No, come on.
Nick! Well, the steps were off again.
But the angle I was entering it was weird after the wall dub. So instead, I tried to add a dash roll after. Which was not bad, but it was just complicating the run, and I really needed to simplify it so I could actually finish it that day while I still had energy.
Yes! Let's go!
Did you not see that? So I was getting drained and I was trying to motivate myself by powering up like a Super Saiyan like this. But then this happened. I like flexed so hard I literally gave myself a muscle spasm. So we got kicked out, I got a parking ticket, and we also had to wait for the sun because the lighting was way too harsh to film. But after all of that, I ended up getting it.
Red Bull and Yo Web, let's go.
So I wanted to build a run with a double flyaway, and I was testing it in my backyard alone. Then it started to rain, and I was jumping from one metal bar to another that was wet, so it was really sketchy, but I managed to try it once. Then after seeing it on the computer, I realized I hated the way it looked because of the kip up. The way I get up from the bar takes 4 seconds alone just for that, and it's not even a flip. That's 4 seconds out of the 90 seconds I have for Red Bull. For something that's not a flip, I had to scrap it. So instead, I built a run that starts with a double flyaway. So I was trying to go directly into a pump spin after. But that was way too hard because I had to perfectly land it. So instead I added a roll out of the double flyaway, which actually just makes it smoother.
Yo! Okay, everything I said about this run, scrap it, because this is the run.
Then I kept landing in the exact same spot.
Are you good?
Oh,
I'm landing in the same spot every time.
Since I was landing on the same spot on fresh grass, I was creating 2-inch craters, which was getting very dangerous for my ankles, but I just kept trying.
Oh!
So I messed up on the very last trick of the run, but I had no more energy, so I had to call it quits for the day. Now, the next time I was filming was the very last day I had before the Red Bull submission was due. Since I needed one more run, I built a more simple run as a backup in case I couldn't get the double flyaway one after. So it's supposed to look a little bit like this. But then as Brendan and I were reviewing it, we thought it was trash and it wasn't even worth getting, so we just went back to the other run. actually ended up getting it twice.
Yes! Yes! Let's go!
But then I wanted to extend the run by adding a corkscrew after, so I kept going.
But this is the last one though, right? This is the last one?
It's always the last one.
Oh, okay.
Hey Brandon, this is the last one.
Okay, I'm glad.
So I didn't get any good attempts with the corkscrews, so I had to keep one of the good ones from earlier, which was still more than good enough. So if you actually watched until this point, thank you for your support. You're awesome. I hope you guys realize how hard it is for a 29-year-old like me to keep up with all the young guys. Honestly, 29 years old is extremely old for parkour, especially considering I've been doing it for 15 years. But I'm really proud with my Red Bull submission. I did it for me. I didn't expect to get in. I just really wanted to push myself as an athlete because that's something I've always done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button over here to not miss out on my future videos. As usual, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Am I in the shot?